congrats on having children and or an active lifestyle. Now you need a vehicle that can carry your progeny and or surfboard. However, you don't want to join the masses of identical crossovers because life's too short for the norm, so why not aim high and grab a premium SUV with the biggest engine in the lineup? Enter stage right, Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio and Porsche Macan Turbo, with Performance Pack. Both the Alfa and the Porsche do fairly well in the huge numbers stakes. Alfa's decided to stuff the Giulia Quadrifoglio's biturbocharged 2.9-liter turbocharged V6 into its new SUV. The outcome is a 505-pull, 443 pound-feet creature equipped for braking 0 to 60 miles for each hour 3.6 seconds and hitting 176 miles per hour. Then again, the Porsche gets a greater biturbocharged 3.6-liter turbo V6 with a lower 440 horsepower control yield. Torque sits at 442 pounds-ft. The run to 60 miles per hour takes 4.2 seconds and it'll top out at a pleasingly extensive 169 miles per hour. Be that as it may, it has another enormous number significant weight. The Porsche tips the scales at 4,244 pounds, while the Alfa tips the scales short of 4,360 pounds. The German's numbers might be vast, however perhaps substantial in the wrong places. With regards to looks, the Alfa has the Porsche beat. While the German car looks quite great looking on its desolate, the Stelvio influences it to look rather tasteless when the two are put one next to the other. Porsche's straight lines and "I'm identified with a 911" looks are just fine, yet when you see Alfa's swooping, flared, vented, formed shape, particularly considering the measure of land to play with, it's pretty in fact. There might be a lot of energy on offer, and one looks immensely superior to the next, however shouldn't something be said about living with your decisions? The Porsche's infotainment framework may not be the most recent Porsche tech, see the Panamera for that, however it functions admirably, is instinctive, and isn't chafed. The Alfa's then again, the less said in regards to it the better. Be that as it may, the Italian car accompanies a messiness-free focus staff while the Porsche is as yet sticking onto the old-school, catch-overwhelming methods for the past. On the off chance that you didn't spec something on your Macan, Porsche puts a glance at how shabby I am plastic blanking plate where your well-deserved contraptions could have been. Cargo space isn't scarce in either car. The Porsche gets 17.7 cubic feet with the seats up and 53.0 with them down. The Alfa edges it somewhat with 18.5 cubic feet seats up and 56.5 with everything collapsed level. However, the Alfa's reasonableness win is brief since seeing out of the back of it is a test. Its back window is so little it truly needn't be there, and turning your make a beeline for complete a blind spot check is worthless. The adapted back window line makes an enormous blind side itself. Then again, the Porsche is anything but difficult to see out of, however its back window is similarly as entertainingly little as the Stelvio's. Numbers are a certain something, driving is something totally unique. The Alfa's snort surges it forward in a somewhat agitating manner, you just don't expect something so huge and tall to move very that rapidly. While the Porsche feels like the genuine article, the additional drama that accompanies the Quadrifoglio's commotion makes the Italian feel like a significantly all the more energizing machine. Without a doubt the Macan influences a wonderful turbo, however it has nothing on Alfa's most recent. The Stelvio has an immensely delicate throttle. Slight data sources can have a tremendous effect, giving it a forceful quality that the Macan needs. Porsche's cars are altogether intended for a touch of light track utilize, and in that capacity they're all quite skillful around them. Where the Alfa appears jumpy and tense, the Porsche is formed, adjusted, and simple to drive rapidly. The German handles superior to the intense Alfa, that is without a doubt. The two cars, unexpectedly, can go a touch sideways in the correct hands. In case you're out for a fun drive, however, both will engage, yet the Alfa has the sound to coordinate its looks and execution. And the winner is the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio. Not on the grounds that it's the better car, it's profoundly imperfect, but since it's better time. It shows you that cars can be boisterous, rowdy, and influence you to smile like a crazy person in a pleasingly old-school way. The Alfa is difficult to suggest as something besides a heart car, the sort of car you purchase not for resale esteem, but rather on the grounds that you know you'll cherish it while you have it.